scent in the woods, Maggie, displaying their charms to the breeze. When I first said I loved only you, Maggie, and you said you loved only me. The chestnut blooms gleam through the glades, Maggie, a robin sang loud from a tree. When I first said I loved only you, Maggie, and you said you loved only me. A golden row of daffodils shone, Maggie, and danced with the leaves on the breeze. When I first said I loved only you, Maggie, and you said you loved only me. The birds in the trees sang their song, Maggie, of happier transports to be. When I first said I loved only you, Maggie, and you said you loved only me. Our dreams, they have never come true, Maggie. Our hopes, they were never to be. When I first said I loved only you, Maggie, and you said you loved only me. Just a year ago today, when my brown eyes went away, up in heaven I long to be. A brown-eyed angel waits for me. Last night I passed you on the street. I turned my head for I could not speak. Another girl was by your side, and very soon she'd be your bride. Those brown eyes I love so well, those brown eyes I long to see.
thought I'd remember, but now the last ember of my love is dying for her. Promises spoken were easily broken, and I can't recall what they were. In my darkest hour you came like a shower and left me a rainbow that day. You lifted the curtain and let out the hurtin', and that's when I heard my heart say, oh well, I'm safely in love again, building my dreams again. This time my dreams will all come true, because I'm safely in love again. I'll never cry again. This time I fell in love with you. From May till September was just like December. I learned what a cold world could be, when a beautiful stranger saw my heart in danger and said she was looking for me. I thought it was kindness, but learned it was blindness, for soon it was plain I could see that some great arranger said you were the stranger to show me what true love can be. And now I'm safely in love again, building my dreams again. This time my dreams will all come true, because I'm safely in love again. I'll never cry again. This time I fell in love with you. In love with you. In love with
you. My world today was a broken tune when you told me we were through. Our plans and dreams are all at sea. My world's come down, 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 come down on me. It seems you found another boy. My love for him, for you a toy. I guess too late I've learned to see. My world's come down, 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 come down on me. Well, I'm gonna leave this world behind. I'm gonna move away. And maybe if a broken heart can mend, I'll love again someday. But until then, I'm gonna be someone to pity. If you see, in between the devil and the deep blue sea, my world's come down, 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 come down on me. And maybe if a broken heart can mend, I'll love again someday. But until then, I'm gonna be someone to pity. If you see, in between the devil and the deep blue sea, my world's come down, 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 come down on me. My world's come down, 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 come down on me.
In a bar in Toledo, across from the depot, on a bar stool she took off her rein. I thought I'd get closer, so I walked on over. I sat down and asked her name. When the drinks finally hit her, she said, I'm no quitter, but I finally quit living on dreams. I'm hungry for laughter, and here ever after, I'm after whatever the other life brings. In the mirror I saw him, and I closely watched him. I thought how he looked out of place. He came to the woman who sat there beside me. He had a strange look on his face. The big hands were calloused. He looked like a mountain. For a minute I thought I was dead. But he started shaking. His big heart was breaking. He turned to the woman and said, "You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille." After he left us, I ordered more whiskey. I thought how she made him look small. And from the lights of the barroom to a rented hotel room, we walked without talking at all. Lord, she was a beauty, but when she came to me, she must have thought I lost my mind. 'Cause I couldn't hold her, the words that he told her kept coming back time after time. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You've painted up your lips and rolled and curled your tinted hair. Ruby, are you contemplating going out somewhere? Shadow on the wall tells me the sun is going down. Oh, Ruby, don't take your love to town. It wasn't me that started that old crazy Asian war, but I was proud to go and do my patriotic chore. And yes, it's true that I'm not the man I used to be. Oh, I still need some company. It's hard to love a man whose legs are bent and paralyzed. And the wants and the needs of a woman your age, Ruby, I realize. But it won't be long, I've heard them say, until I'm not around. Oh, Ruby, don't take your love to town. She's leaving now, 'cause I've just heard the slamming of the door. The way I know I've heard it slam 100 times before. If I could move, I'd take my gun and put her in the ground. Oh, Ruby, don't take your love to town. Oh, Ruby, for God's sakes, turn around.
Like nowhere else can. Swings to the sound of the big show band. Dublin and Belfast and village and town. Yeah, everywhere it swings to the big, big sound. Now if your work is done and you wanna have some fun, maybe even meet someone you met and have a night you won't forget. Plan it right before you leave tonight. Let me tell you where to go. Go a-dancing though. Ireland swings like nowhere else can. Swings to the sound of the big show band. Drifters, Miami, the Royal Blues. Don't forget, Brendan, bring your hucklebuck shoes. Yes, no, just sitting out of things get warm. Trying to get an autograph written on your arm. Asking that a tune be played specially for you. Sitting talking to the boys when the dance is through. Ireland swings like nowhere else can. Swings to the sound of the big show band. Cork, Galway, Limerick and village or town. Yeah, everywhere swings to the big, big sound. Ireland swings like nowhere else can. Swings to the sound of the big show band. Dixies and Freshmen, the capital too. Maybe the Plattermen's the band for you. Deep in the jungles of Vietnam, a US soldier lay. A sniper's bullet from the brush, his young life stole away. In dying breath and whispered tones, I heard him proudly say, I am just an Irish soldier fighting for the USA. For the little while he lingered, he remembered all so dear. An Irish girl so beautiful, with eyes so blue and clear. He relived the tender moments of the day he said goodbye to the sweetheart that he called the blazing star of Athenry. Oh, may I see the dawning morn of the day this fight will end, and the arms of peace to everyone throughout this world extend. But these thoughts I have to banish and go on to fight or die, like this soldier boy who loved the blazing star of Athenry. He held a faded photograph and beat on walls on me. These only cherished treasures then he sadly gave to me. Then in thought he drifted far away from this foreign land to die, and in fancy too beside his blazing star of Athenry.
he was born in a mansion down in the county of Clare. Rosie was born by the roadside somewhere in County Kildare. Destiny brought them together on the road near Kinloglin one day. Neath her bright tasty shawl she was singing, and she stole this young heart away. For she sang, "Meet me tonight by the campfire, come with me over the hill. Let us be married tomorrow, please let me whisper I will." What if the neighbors are talking? Who cares if your friends stop and stare? You'll be proud to be married to Rosie, who was reared on the roads of Kildare. Think of the parents who reared you, think of the family name. How can you marry a gypsy? Oh, what a terrible shame. Parents and friends, stop your pleading. Don't worry about my affair, for I've fallen in love with the gypsy who was reared on the roads of Kildare. For she sang, "Meet me tonight by the campfire, come with me over the hill. Let us be married tomorrow, please let me whisper I will." What if the neighbors are talking? Who cares if your friends stop and stare? You'll be proud to be married to Rosie, who was reared on the roads of Kildare. He went down from his mansion just as the sun had gone down, turning his back on his kinfolk, likewise his dear native town. Facing the roads of old Ireland with the gypsy he loved so sincere, when he came to the light of the campfire, these are the words he did hear. For she sang, "Meet me tonight by the campfire, come with me over the hill. Let us be married tomorrow, please let me whisper I will." What if the neighbors are talking? Who cares if your friends stop and stare? You'll be proud to be married to Rosie, who was reared on the roads of Kildare. For she sang, "Meet me tonight by the campfire, come with me over the hill. Let us be married tomorrow, please let me whisper I will." What if the neighbors are talking? Who cares if your friends stop and stare? You'll be proud to be married to Rosie, who was reared on the roads of Kildare.
To be with
little boy, my one and only wish was to get to see the show bands play the marquee in Drumlish. I'd watch them all arrive in fine wagons and big cars, and I wondered what it would be like to be a country star. My father used to tell me that I was far too small, and I had no chance to go to the dance to see the bands at all. But my mother would get around him, and I would get my wish, and we go to see the mainliners in the marquee in Drumlish. I'd watch Seamus McMahon as he played his lead guitar, and I wondered how he got that sound of love so near and far. When Big Tom sang Gentle Mother, sure I can tell you this, that everyone would sing along in the marquee in Drumlish. Larry and the Mighty Athens were among my favourites too. How I envied Mickey Brady with his fender-coloured blue. When Larry sang, he'll have to go low notes he'd never miss. You could hear that Benson echo round the marquee in Drumlish. Philomena's country flavour would take the old bandstand, and I'd watch young Dan O'Hara pick and play my ramblin' man. And later on when I got home I'd check the old jam jar to see if I had saved enough to buy my first guitar. So next morning with my mother we went to Lawnford town, and she bought me that first guitar, I think it cost £12. With radio and records I practiced all alone. Soon I had the job with the Hi-Lo's, then Gene Stewart from Tyrone. And then on Friday evening came that biggest break of all. I was asked to join the Buckaroos with the mighty Brian Call. We played all over Ireland, England and the USA, and I owe a lot to Brian for what I am today. And now the people tell me that I could go far. We play all over Ireland from Cork to Castlebar. The carnival is over, but I still got my wish, for I got my inspiration in the marquee in Drumlish. No, I won't forget the marquee in my native town, Drumlish.
love, it's the whole of this to you. Soon as you show you've paid the price, then you can join